Hello everyone, Ashlyn Giza YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about part 2, my experience in California. So I left you all with a cliffhanger, about ready to tell you what my family member said. So first of all, before I tell you the cliffhanger, sorry, my septum got crooked. I wanted to tell you guys that I noticed that I slipped in the video and said that it was a male family member that I went to visit. So okay, who cares? Big deal. You guys know that there's a male family member that I visited. But you don't know if it was an uncle, a grandparent, a brother, and it doesn't really matter, I guess, because I'm not going to say the person's name, and nobody's ever going to know what I'm talking about unless it was them. And if they happen to come across this video, it doesn't even matter because it's something that I was probably going to be talking to them about later, when I felt ready to. But if they happen to come across it before then it is what it is. So okay, I'm still refusing to name anybody anyways. So okay, this is what the family member said to me when I woke up in the morning. So I text the family member, hey, I love you. We're going to stay in a hotel that's in California, but it's a couple hours away from you. I love you. Good night. I'll message you in the morning. I woke up. I messaged the family member in the morning saying, I'm awake. I wanted to let you know that I'm only like 2 hours away from you. And so yeah, we're getting ready to leave. I'm just finishing up my hair and makeup and we're ready to go. I don't know if you want to, let us settle in the hotel and then we'll start fresh in the morning. Or if you want to do something tonight, I don't know. So this family member called me back and they were like, hey, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but the GPS must say that it's 2 hours away. You're 2 hours away from Torrance, but actually you're more like 4 hours away from Torrance because the traffic here in California is really bad. And so it makes it like an extra hour or two to get somewhere. And I was like thinking in my head, okay, usually GPSs usually include the traffic, and they usually include any like detours. So that's really making me think, what the hell is going on? And is this family member mad at me? So I chose to say, okay, well, I'm really sorry that I'm not in the city in Torrance yet. I apologize for that. I don't really know what else to say, but that we're trying to get there as fast as we can. And then I said, are you mad at me for not being in the city that you are at? Are you mad that I'm not upset that I'm not in Torrance yet? And then this person said, well, I can't sit here and hold on, let me think. They said, I can't sit here and pretend that I'm not annoyed that I missed a day of work and I missed out on $800. So I was kind of shocked. And I told them that. Number one, I was shocked. Number two, that really hurt my feelings because I was like thinking, okay, how did I make them miss out on work and $800 when I never told them? And I even actually have a text. I have proof that I did not say that I would be there on a certain day. All I said was that I think I might be there the 14th or the 15th. I don't know, that we're going to try to drive a lot of hours. That's what I said. I never said that, hey, I'm for sure going to be there on the 14th. That boggled my mind that the person thought I would actually leave the 13th and be able to be in Torrance, California from Cedar Rapids, Iowa by the 14th, the very next day, when it takes 27 hours to drive there. How can I get to Torrance, California from Cedar Rapids when it takes 27 hours to get there? Not really making any sense. So going off my text that I wrote saying that I wasn't sure if I was going to be there or not on that day, and then going by what this person just insulted me with, and after all the driving me and my husband did and the overtime my husband worked for us to go there, that was a very hurtful thing to be told. It sounded selfish. It didn't sound like the person that I used to know when I was little. It confused me too. It blew my fucking mind is what it did. And all the fighting me and my husband did months and months and months over saving money to be able to go. And mind you, I forgot to tell you in part one of the video, this video, that my other video previous to this, that on the way there, my husband also lost his wallet, so we had to drive backwards about 45 minutes because he thought he lost his wallet at a rest stop, and then he found it in the car when we pulled over, so we had to drive back the 45 minutes that we drove backwards forward. And then so anyways, my mind was fucking blown. I even offered this person to pay them back, which I'm still planning on doing that. It may not be the full-on $800 that they were talking about because I'm poor. I don't have a job. I don't go into a place and make a $300 to $600 check. My husband works. I'm a cancer survivor. I'm proud of that. I don't care what people think of me. I do have health issues, even though I may not look like I do. Maybe I do look like I have health issues to some people, but anyways, yeah. So I stay home and take care of my 3 kids and my home and all that, and manage our money and our bills and everything. And at-home moms, you know what I'm talking about. That's a job in itself. So I felt very insulted. And then this person proceeds to tell me, well, if you and your husband are up for Mexican restaurant later tonight, me and my your other family member would love to pay for you guys and treat you guys. That kind of felt like an Indian giving situation, really weird. I kind of felt like I got mentally fucked or mentally abused, because one minute you just scolded me for making you miss a day of work and $800, then the next minute you're telling me you want to spend money on me and buy me food. So I'm like sitting there fucking confused. And then so I'm just like, no, that's okay. Me and my husband can pay. We'll be down to have Mexican dinner, no problem. So we drive the 4 hours and 3.5, 4 hours, whatever. And we were in Torrance by 7 p.m. at night. So we went to this Mexican restaurant on the pier in Torrance, California, and it was amazing. I'm not going to lie. My family didn't really want me to go hopping and skipping in the sand into the water, but I did it anyways, and I don't care what they say. I'm glad I did it, because I can say I ran on the beach in California, bitch, and I put my feet in the sand and I had fun. And then I went to a Mexican restaurant that my father, I guess, ate at before he passed away. So that was very nice to experience. The food was good. I had some drinks. I haven't drank in years and years, because I actually am an addict and I am in recovery. I haven't drank or done drugs for a long time. So having a drink was pretty nice. Although I probably shouldn't have, but I hadn't seen this person in a long time, and I was in a place that I've never been before, so I was celebrating, and I had my husband watching me, and I didn't drink heavily at all. I had wine, and like, that's it. So needless to say, the person never met my son before, the people we went to visit, so they were like happy to see my son, and like then we just had conversation that was like just good, asking about how family members are and asking about how this person's doing and that person, and talking about the ocean and the view, and like, and just like asking me what I think about being in California and this and that. So it ended up being a good night, but it had an awkward feel to it because it was like, welcome to California, bitch. You're, you know, it wasn't like, welcome to California, here's our view, and like, you guys can feel free here, and we're happy you made it, and we're happy you're safe. And it wasn't like a welcoming entrance of California. It was like, you made me miss work, you made me miss money, and then, but I'm gonna turn around and make you feel even more bad by paying for you. And so it just felt weird. Something didn't feel right. That did not feel right. So then it turned out a good night, but it just didn't feel right. So then we go to the hotel after we eat and after we walk the pier. I will say the ocean was beautiful. The pier was beautiful. If you guys have ever been to Chicago, Navy Pier, it's similar to that. Just beautiful. So, really cool. I'm glad I got to experience it. It's my second time being at the Pacific Ocean because I've been to Florida before. But it was a different part of it, and it was very cool. So that night went down. Second night we were there, we went to this Sawdust Festival, and I got like these really cool hippie jewelry. I got a glass mushroom. My family member bought me pottery, in which me and my husband fucking lost on the 27-hour drive back to Iowa. I don't know how, but yeah, we lost it. And then this festival, it was called the Sawdust Festival. It was real free bird and hippie like. They had a lot of, like I said, jewelry and pottery and art and music, live music and drinks and food, and it was everything I hoped for. Like that fair was amazing. Everyone there was dressed real like hippie like, and whatever they felt like wearing. It could have been dorky clothes, it could have been fancy clothes, it could have been just a tank top like what I'm wearing. Nobody gave a fuck. That was an awesome experience, because here in Iowa, if you dress radical here, you will get looked at and you will get judged. So I do have to say that I did notice that nobody at that specific festival in that specific town, I didn't feel judged per se. But I'm a little more wilder when it does come to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So, I mean, at the same time, though, I mean, I don't know. I could have been looking a little weird there. I don't know. 'Cause I definitely know that I don't look like... I don't know. I don't feel like some of the stuff that I wear here in Cedar Rapids is Cedar Rapids attire. Usually people really just wear t-shirts and shorts and throw their hair up. I have my hair up right now, which is ironic, but I mean, that's what I'm trying to say, and there's nothing wrong with that. But usually I like to wear like fancy dresses, and I like to accessorize myself and stuff like that. And as you see, I like to pierce my face up and stuff, and that's becoming more common. But anyways, so what I'm trying to get to is that it was really hippie-like, and everyone was carefree there, and the music was good. And we were all enjoying ourselves. But again, there wasn't much of a conversational piece during this festival. It was kind of just like I drank more wine and listened to music, and kind of was just looking around at everything. And then my family members kind of got annoyed with each other because the parking meter was starting to go down. And one of my family members didn't want to get a ticket. And I don't blame them, because I wouldn't want them to get a ticket either. So we had to track down my other family member, and we had to tell them we need to leave. So we left finally, and then we went to Italian restaurant. No. We didn't. We went back to our hotel and just kind of like chilled and watched movies and talked a little bit. And that was essentially it. Then the next day we went to an art gallery, and we went to eat somewhere, and then we also went to one night, and I can't remember what day this was. I think this was another day. We went to a resort and right off the Pacific Ocean on an island, and we had a glass of wine and walked around there, and it was real serene and tranquil and very fancy and elegant. And let's just say I felt really too poor to be there. But I had a good time, and I did either see a dolphin or something jump up like that in the ocean. I can't tell you what it was because we were too far away, but I think I did see a dolphin. So then, so that was cool. So then another night, we went to, like I said, we went to an art gallery. I think the very last day we were there, we went to a little 40s and 50s diner, and that was awesome. But like I asked this person if they had made any friends since they've been living in California, because they used to live in Iowa. I won't say what part, but they used to live in Iowa, and they moved to California. So I was just trying to rather spark a conversation, if anything, because it was really quiet, and I feel weird when I'm in quiet situations. So I just said, have you made any friends of your own since you lived here? You know, I know that you moved in with another family member, and they grew up here in California. But, and then the person that I asked that to was just kind of like this and was like, well, I mean, we have the same friends because, I mean, we live together and we're together. So yeah, I mean, I don't really understand what kind of question that you're asking me. And then I'm just like, okay, well, I have a friend that I have many friends. There's a specific friend that I'm friends with that I made, and Jason, my husband, never knew her. And they became friends because me and her were friends first. But Jason's friends with her now because I knew her first. So all I'm asking you is if you made any friends of your own that your partner wasn't friends with before you moved here. And then again, I just got a smirk, and like my IQ level wasn't up to par. And what they were like, well, yeah, I mean, again, we have kind of the same friends because we're together. So yeah, I mean, there's a few people that I've met that from my hair salon and stuff, but yeah. And then so I kind of just like looked at the menu and just felt really weird. So then we went to this person's place where they do hair, and we got haircuts, and they did my son's haircut and my husband's haircut and my haircut, and they did a great job, and their hairstyling place and everything was amazing. So I took pictures, and I was excited about that, and that was really cool to see, and I'm really proud of that person. But I mean, it all kind of was like a downer because of the previous stuff that happened and the previous stuff that was said. And then like one night we went to an Italian restaurant, and you know, one of my family members was talking about how they were really happy I was here, and that I've been the only family member that has came down for quite a while, and this and that. So I was agreeing with this person, and then the other person got a little upset that that person was talking to me about being there in California and my other family not being there, which made me feel weird too, because I didn't bring anything up. The other person, my family member that lived in California, brought all of this up. I never brought up that anything to bother anybody, to get anybody mad. So I felt really weird when that person was kind of getting mad at the other person. It just felt awkward, man. And then I was told to, I'm a 37-year-old lady, okay? I was told to, by my family member, to grab the napkin and put it in my lap. Okay, that kind of made me feel weird because we didn't have food. Our food wasn't served to us when this person told me to put a napkin in my lap. And we were eating outside, so what's the difference if I had a fucking napkin in my lap or not? I mean, I live in Iowa, so let me just be Iowa. Don't be trying to force me to be California, because I'm never going to be that. I'm not talking shit about people who are from California, but I'm not going to, I don't live in California, and I'm not going to act like I live in California or that I'm rich, because I'm not. How I eat is how I eat and how I want to eat, and nobody's going to tell me what to do. But again, to not make things worse than they already were, I just did what I was told. So that was it. After the next day, after we went to that 40s and 50s diner and we got our haircuts, that was pretty much it. We went back to our hotel, said our goodbyes. We went to a botanical garden too, which was very, very awesome. They have cactus there. They have a lot of different plants that we can't grow here in Iowa because our temperature and climate and air and everything is different here. So they had a lot of things that we didn't have. So that was pretty cool. They had a pond with koi fish in it and stuff like that. So I really want to say, when you go to California, there is a lot of different things to do. Art galleries, places to eat, places to party, places to listen to live music, hippie places, non-hippie places, the ocean, a bunch of beaches, just anything, you name it. I went and saw the Hollywood stars. I did a video about that. I went and saw the Hollywood sign, and I also did a video about that. But the stars and the Hollywood sign, I didn't do those two things with my family members. So yeah, I mean, pretty much I had fun, but pretty much the whole thing was basically ruined because of the way I was treated when my first day in California. So that's my experience with California. It was bittersweet. That's the words. That's the word for it. It was bittersweet. So yeah, I mean, that's all I really had to say about it. There's nothing much to it. There was homeless people there, in downtown LA, like by Hollywood Boulevard area, a lady with no shoes on, with her bare feet with dirt on it. There was a guy outside peeing outside in public in front of everybody. It was really dirty. I would never live there. But the part where my family member lives isn't dirty. It's more classy, and it's in a good area. But in my opinion, I would never live there. That's just me. I'm an Iowa girl, and I'm proud. I'm fucking damn proud to be that. So, that's my experience, though. I hope everybody else who decides to go there has a great time like I did, but I also hope that you're not visiting a family member that is expecting a whole bunch from you, because you're gonna be let down in big disappointment like I was. But anyway, so that's my story, and I will be on with another life topic. Thank you.